Thanks for joining me today on the MRE Experience. Today we're going to look at a French menu number 1, French individual reheatable combat ration. This was produced in November 2020 and has a inspection date or use by date of July 20th, 2024. This is menu number 1. An interesting thing about French rations is they have a non-pork menu and then they have a pork menu. The non-pork menu is 1 through 7 and the pork menus are 8 to 14. Now, I'm not sure if this is for a fact, but menu 1 through 7 will be Halal certified. And you can see it comes in a nice box. We got some insignias there. Some precautions before use on how to treat drinking water. And yeah, this is going to be good. So let's crack this open and see what we got. They have a 2-year shelf life. This menu comes in at 3,600 kcals. 20% is going to be fat, 64% is going to be carbs, 16% protein. This menu comes in at 1.57 kilograms or 3 pounds, 12.5 ounces. Their scope of design for these menus were supposed to be supposed to replace 3 menus. Each ration should contain around 3,600 kcals. All right, let's open this up and see what we have. All right, so we have biscuits, St. George's, 8 sachets, 2 biscuits each. Nice, 200-gram package. We have a Voyager chocolate muesli, 387 calories. This is going to be 100 grams. We have a little accessory packet here. Looks like we have instant coffee, cocoa. We'll open that in a minute. Looks like we have a soup. Not sure what kind of soup it is, but we will translate everything once we plate it up. Isotonic sport beverage. This mixed with 500 milliliters of water. This is a 30-gram stick. Strawberry mint flavor. Interesting flavor combination there. Apricot jam, 25-gram tube. Nice little package of tissues. That's kind of unique. I like that. Small, got a decent amount in there. Definitely, the U.S. should definitely take some note on that. Combat Fuel Mocha, 21-gram bar. Coffee flavored. We have a pâté. I'm not sure what that is, but we will translate it. And another pâté. This looks like actually a dessert, caramel, Mont Blanc. Yep. This is a 125-gram tin. Everything looks great. Doesn't look bulged, damaged. That's going to be a treat. Oh, look at this. Pâté de fruits. Been looking forward to one of these little fruit bars. Lasagna, vegetable lasagna, because this menu doesn't have any pork in it. 300-gram tin. And another tin of 300 grams. Looks like this is going to be a tuna or some type of fish casserole. Another Combat Fuel bar, 21 grams, banana flavored. A nougat, fruit nougat, 30-gram bar. Dark chocolate, 72% cacao, 25-gram bar. And then our Espas stove. Let's open this up, see what it looks like. I won't be using this because we're indoors, and I don't think it's very efficient heating up our main in a can on an Espas stove. But if we were in the field, we would definitely use it. So we have some toothpicks, individual. Looks like 8 or 9. That's kind of unique how they come with toothpicks in a little tiny pouch. We got a can holder. The clips on the can, so you can hold it on your Espas stove. And it fits on both of them. We have a small pack of French matches. Won't be using those. We have 6 water purification tablets. These will treat 1 liter of water each. We won't be using them. We have a small garbage bag. We have our Espas fuel tablets. None of them are broken open, so I don't smell any rotten fish. Yay. And we have our Espas stove. I think we all have seen how these work. We won't be using them. All right, so I'm going to break this all up into multiple little meals. I'll get the translation on what they are, and then we'll plate everything up. Stand by. All right, almost forgot to open up this beverage bag. I wanted to show you guys what was in here, because there are quite a few things in here. So it wouldn't have been proper just to not show you guys. All right, so we have a tea. Not sure if that is mint. I think that's mint tea. We have a twin pack of coffee, 2 grams each. Looks like we have another tea, possibly orange flavored. Package of cocoa. Then we have 2 packets of salt and pepper. And 2 packets of sugar. All right, we'll get the breakfast set up and we'll be right back. All right, we're back. So for breakfast, we're going to have the chocolate muesli. I'm gonna break protocol here. I'm using hot water. Normally, European oatmeal, which I call muesli, is much heartier, and they don't want you using warm water because it tends to overcook and over soften the grain, and also overcook whatever fruit might be in it or melt the chocolate. But I think we're going to do just fine using warm water, and yeah, we'll see how it works out. We're going to use a bowl here. The French rations don't come with any utensils. They're issued them. We're going to be using a GI spoon. So let's get this set up. Wow, that looks really good. This calls for 100 mils of water. And they want you to let it sit in the bag for 3 minutes. So we're going to kind of eyeball this, see how it goes. Also, we're going to have our Combat Fuel bar, banana, our Combat Fuel bar chocolate, mocha. We're going to have these cereal flavored biscuits with the apricot jam, coffee with sugar, black. I'm going to make a small cup. We're going to have the mint tea with the chocolate biscuit, and we're going to have either this is coming up a sardine pâté or a vegetable pâté, so we'll find out when we open it. But we're going to have the salted biscuits with that. This seems to be hydrating it up nicely. Doesn't look like I added too much water, but let's get the coffee made. I'm only using 1 pack because I'd like to save coffee for the next meal. Looks like a really nice freeze-dried, and the aroma that's coming off that is very strong. Wow, that almost smells like an espresso. Large crystal sugar. Yeah, we're only going to do about 6 ounces. I don't want to dilute it if it's not as strong as I thought. And that muesli is already tasting good. All right, and then we're going to get the tea going here. Yep, that's a mint tea. That's going to be nice. Open up these crackers. These are the chocolate flavors. They smell good. They don't smell stale whatsoever. We got our banana combat fuel bar. Yep, smells good. Looks heavily processed. Smells pretty good though. We got our mocha 25 gram combat fuel bar. And that's going to be kind of the same thing. It almost looks like a First Strike bar. Got some puffed rice in it, some crunch. That's going to be welcome. Our cereal crackers. They look good. They smell like cereal. Who would have thought, right? And then our apricot jam. It's needed just in case we had a little separation. Put it on a spoon. See how it looks. Whoa. That looks good. Very sweet, very watery. Almost looks like honey when it's coming out. looks really good. I'm going to take a bite of that right now. Those biscuits are very firm. Not overly, but they are firm. Spread this out a little bit, get some good coating. Wow, that is tasty jam. It's almost like a puree. Not even, I wouldn't even call it a jam. It almost seems like an apricot puree. Give this a mix. It's looking good. Give that a taste. I can't wait. Very good. Very hearty, full grain oats. Just chocolate. There's no fruit in it, so that'll get you going in the morning. And these salted biscuits, they smell good. Let's see what we have in this tin. The mystery tin. Yep, smells like fish. Yep, and it's salty. So that's going to go nice with the salted crackers. Let's get some on here and see what we got. Have an overwhelming fish smell. It's like a fish paste. I don't know. Pretty weird. But I'm not getting any off taste from it. It's pretty weird. But let's eat. Put some on some crackers here. Let's have our breakfast. I wanted to save the crackers, most of them, for the mains. I didn't want to eat them all during breakfast, considering they gave you 8 packets. I figured I'll break it up, considering the mains also have a lot of canned items, which the crackers are probably going to go very nice with. So we'll see how it works out. Plus, I didn't want to fill up on crackers all day. So, wow, this stuff is weird. It has the consistency of marshmallow fluff, but it smells like fish. Not too strong, and it has definitely a weird texture. Yeah, look, tuna. There's a little bit of some fibrous meat. Yeah, I think this is a tuna pâté. Let's have another bite. That's definitely interesting. Not something I would look forward to. Maybe because we're just not used to French eating. But whatever, we'll have it. Let's try the coffee. Wow, smells bold. You would expect French to have some good coffee, right? And that is good coffee. That is really good coffee. Let's try and put a dent into this muesli here. They're not messing around with these breakfast menus. These are very hearty, and it takes you a good bit to chew through them, especially if you eat a big spoon. They go very nice with the chocolate. Chocolate is more of a darker chocolate. It's not overly sweet. Has a slight bitter hint, but it's not overwhelming. Let's get through this weird concoction. That kind of throws you for a loop because it's very airy, very fluffy. There's like no meat to it, like density. It's very airy, very fluffy. It's almost like a tuna and cream, and it's whipped to be very airy. Very slight, subtle fish taste. Very, very light hint of salt. And it goes nice with the salted crackers. I'm glad I picked the salted crackers to go with that. But that's weird. I'm not crazy about that. Let's try this. This is a home run right here. Let's look at the cocoa bar. Oh, that was kind of brittle. That's really good. Very light. It's not as dense as the First Strike bar. It is chewy, and there's a lot of grain in it. Puffed oats, but it's doable. Let's try some mint tea. That's nice. That's very refreshing. And we didn't try any of the chocolate biscuits yet. Let's try them. That's pretty good. Out of all the biscuits, the cereal biscuits are the toughest to get through. They're very firm. You go to bite it and you realize you got to put some force into this because they're just not breaking. But they go very nice with this apricot preserve, or puree, the way I'll call it. Now the banana bar. Let's see. Smells pretty good. That's actually really pleasant. Not a fan of banana flavored candies or protein bars, but this is subtle. Comes on, you get a nice lingering banana flavor, but it's not overwhelming. This isn't overly sweet. That's really good. Very light. It's not as dense as the First Strike bar. It is chewy, and there's a lot of grain in it. Puffed oats, but it's doable. Let's try some mint tea. That's nice. That's very refreshing. And we didn't try any of the chocolate biscuits yet. Let's try them. That's pretty good. Out of all the biscuits, the cereal biscuits are the toughest to get through. They're very firm. You go to bite it and you realize you got to put some force into this because they're just not breaking. But they go very nice with this apricot preserve, or puree, the way I'll call it. Now the banana bar. Let's see. Smells pretty good. That's actually really pleasant. Not a fan of banana flavored candies or protein bars, but this is subtle. Comes on, you get a nice lingering banana flavor, but it's not overwhelming. This isn't overly sweet. It's pretty good. All right, let's see if we can finish up this muesli. This stuff is very hearty. That coffee was very good. And this muesli is so filling. This is a very refreshing mint tea. Even without any sugar, this is nice. Thinking I should have maybe kept this for the dinner menu or the lunch. This is definitely weird. This is like marshmallow fluff, fish pâté. In 1986, the French RCIR was formally standardized as their main 24-hour combat ration. Their usage and limits and scope operation constraints are: each soldier is not to consume more than 2 cases continuously, 14 menus, before a field kitchen or mobile mess unit is introduced. This is very filling, but their food is, what can I say, amazing. These chocolate biscuits were very nice. Okay, that was the breakfast portion of this menu number 1. If anybody knows exactly what this stuff is, please let me know. Because the translation is just saying like tuna, whipped tuna. If you guys know anything about this, please let me know, because this is weird. It really is. I'm not going to finish that. I'll finish these off camera. I don't think you guys want to watch me eat 2 pieces of protein bars and some chocolate crackers, but we'll be back for lunch. All right, we're back. For lunch, we're going to have coffee, cereal biscuits, salted biscuits, an isotonic drink, which is strawberry mint. We're going to have our raspberry bar, our fruit nougat, and our beef lasagna. And I did a little searching, and it turns out that the fish pâté was a whipped cod spread. So yummy. Whipped cod. Interesting, isn't it? So we're going to start off with the coffee. No sugar this time. And we're going to make it a small cup. This coffee is fantastic. It really is. Our isotonic drink calls for 500 mils of water, which is approximately a little bit over 16 ounces. So we're going to see if this actually fits in a glass. And it barely fits right there. I'm going to take a nice little chug here. And that is weird tasting. It's not sweet at all. There's literally no hint of sweetness to it. Actually tastes a little bit salty. I guess that's why it's an isotonic drink. Check out this fruit nougat bar. Not fruit nougat, the raspberry jelly bar. And that is interesting. Look at that. Nice and soft. Has a nice smell of raspberries. Fruit nougat bar. I was kind of waiting for this. This looks good. Who doesn't enjoy a nice fruit nougat? Smells creamy. Get our crackers out. These crackers were really nice. I enjoyed them. It's our cereal crackers and our salted crackers. We got our salt and pepper, and we got our beef lasagna, which I did heat up in some boiling water. Get it nice and warm, and on low heat for about 10 minutes, and the can didn't really puff up, so this thing is quite hot. Oh, look at that. Wonderful. I just broke the lid. All right, and you know what? We're just going to keep it in there. I had plans on dumping it in the tray, but why? And I'm going to prepare it with pepper right out the gate. A little pepper. A little salt. Wipe my hands from that splatter from the can. All right, let's mix this up and see what we got. Well, this looks really good. Got some nice cheese on there. Get a little more salt on there. Yeah, there wasn't much left in the package. All right, look at that. That actually looks really good. Give it a little sniff. Oh, that is tasty. That is definitely going to go nicely with some biscuits. The meat, you can tell, is a fresh meat. It's not very heavily processed. Quality, probably a ground meat. Oh, wow. That is banging. This actually tastes homemade. That is very flavorful. You know, and if you're warming up these mains, you don't have to put them in on the Espas stove. You can put them in very gently simmering water for about 10 minutes. They will not explode. Just don't put them directly on heat. Wow, I'm blown away. That is actually fabulous tasting. We got some stringy cheese here. Look at that. That does not want to break. Let's try some with some crackers. That actually goes nicely with the crackers. It adds a little texture to the meal. The salted crackers give a nice little taste. Complements the lasagna. Wow. This is really good. I can't get over how good this lasagna is. Let's try the coffee. Wow, without the sugar. Slightly acidic. Very bold. Very rich. See what this nougat bar has to offer. Look how nicely that crumbled. It's firm and soft at the same time, and the little hints of fruit really make it a nice touch. I can't get over this lasagna. Who would have thought canned lasagna, right? French know what they're doing. Let's go back to it, some crackers. Wow, that is heavy. This is definitely going to get you filled up. The crackers are the way to eat it. Let's try it on a cereal cracker. Believe it or not, the cereal cracker actually tastes better. They actually are a little more, not on the sweeter side, a little bit bitter, I guess you would say, and actually complements the sauce. The sauce is rich, not too tomatoey, more of a meat sauce, but it goes very nice with the cereal biscuit. I can't believe that this meal packs so many calories out of just pack of biscuits, couple of fruit items, coffee, isotonic drink, a dessert, a chocolate bar, tea, a soup, and another side main of tuna and pearls. But this is awesome. This really is awesome. I'm telling you, the French know what they're doing. They're feeding their soldiers right. Oh, that is awful. That really is awful. And that is fantastic. Who would have ever thought? I think what throws this drink off is the mint. It just doesn't go well with the raspberry. The coffee, now on the hand, that goes very nice with everything. That's a very strong coffee. And that nougat, that is fantastic. Like a little welcome treat. We'll save this for last. You know, if we were able to find these cans in the United States, I would definitely buy them. These are amazing. You could probably throw these in an old FRH with a little bit of water, and I guarantee you they would heat up just right. Take them camping, throw them in a little pot of simmering water, 5-10 minutes, bring it up to temperature. You could definitely get this heated up nicely. That was outstanding. Definitely thumbs up on that. Crackers were amazing. Nougat bar was very nice. Wasn't sweet at all. Had a nice chew to it. Coffee was great, even without any sugar. That, I just can't, I don't know. Let's give it another try. Has a nice smell of berries, raspberries. Oh, but the mint, and you could taste the minerals in the isotonic drink. That doesn't go well at all. If I had to drink it, I would, to stay hydrated, but I'm going to pass on that. That is not my cup of tea. All right, let's check out this jelly fruit bar. Wow, that is very firm and chewy. Wow, the flavor of fruit without being too overly sweet, that is very nice. All right, well, this was the lunch version of the second part of the video. We'll come back for the dinner. All right, we're back for our final meal. This is going to be the tuna in pearls, the potato curry soup. That's called for, I believe, 8 ounces, a quarter of a liter. So that's 8 ounces of water. We're going to have the orange tea with sugar, chocolate cocoa. We're going to have the caramel Mont Blanc. And we're going to have 2 packs of chocolate biscuits with a pack of salted biscuits. So let's get this soup made, our drinks, and then we'll see what we got in the meal. And that potato curry soup is thickening up nicely. Seems like we got a little clump in there. That's actually thickening up very well. Probably some modified food starch thickeners. Yeah, that's thickening up nicely. Okay, let's get these to the side. Open up our crackers. And the star of the show. What? Are you kidding me? What is with this? What am I supposed to do with this now? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. All right, stand by. All right, we're back. Got a can opener, ran it around the edge, popped right off. So now we're back in business. And this looks actually amazing. I did warm it up. I know that might be sacrilege, but this is French food, and things always taste better when they're warm. And I'm glad I did, because look at these oils that would have been just solidified and chunky if I didn't. That's all flavor, and we're heating that up. So let's get a nice taste. We got some red peppers, tuna, pearls, onion, and that's actually delicious warm. Why you wouldn't warm this up just because it's tuna is beyond me. So we're going to add some pepper. And we're going to do the salt. All right. Now that looks proper. Let's get a nice chunk of this. This actually smells delicious. We got some onions, red peppers, pearls, tuna. Oh, you would have to be crazy not to heat this up. Couldn't even imagine muscling through this cold. I mean, it would be edible, but why? Why would you torture yourself like that? Cold pasta? Look at that. That looks amazing. That is actually delicious. Wow. Let's see what this is about here. This is just like a gelatinous blob. Maybe I should have warmed this up too. I don't know what to make of this. This is like a caramel pudding. Goes very well with the chocolate biscuit. Let's try the potato curry soup. Oh wow, that's good. Hint of curry. Tastes like a chicken stock. It's thick like potatoes. Potato soup would be. I see some parsley. It's not overly salty. All right, let's try the orange tea with sugar. That's nice. It actually tastes like a black tea. I don't taste any orange essence or flavors. This is actually pretty good with the biscuits. It's like a caramel pudding. Let's try it with some salted crackers. And now some cocoa. That cocoa kind of is weird. I didn't add too much water, and it tastes watery. I mean, that package was full. That was a big package of powder, and this tastes watery. Doesn't look it, but the flavor, it's not very pronounced. This curry potato soup is really good. The curry flavor is very subtle, has a nice potato aftertaste, and it tastes like chicken stock. Those three flavors really do go well together. And this is actually fabulous. The pearls are very firm. They're not mushy at all. The tuna is in some kind of like red sauce, oil, with onions, red peppers, green peppers. I'm so glad I heated this up. This would have been not as appetizing as it is now. Now it's like fantastic. Look at that. The cocoa is very lackluster. I mean, maybe they just do cocoa different in France, but that just tastes watery for how dark it is. Maybe it's a dark cocoa. It's not sweet at all. By any means, it's not sweet. But it just tastes watery. Like there's no cream in it, no powdered milk, just water and chocolate. That's pretty good. But the gelatinous texture is off-putting. Maybe that would have been also good warmed up. This is fabulous right here. They are packed full of food. Doesn't look like a lot when you open it, but man, that is packed, and that is so tasty and fresh. This would definitely be a welcome meal. All right, well, I'm officially stuffed. I'm gonna finish this all up off camera. The tuna with the pearls pasta was fabulous. This caramel pudding was really good with the biscuits. The potato curry soup was fabulous. And let's have a taste of this chocolate. Wow, that's a nice dark chocolate. Very good dark chocolate. This cocoa was kind of lackluster, but overall, this was a pretty amazing meal. If you stuck around this far, I want to say thank you. This was a French individual reheatable combat ration, menu number 1.